Knit.
All right, here we go. We're live. Okay, so first off, for the viewers, welcome to the third Roll For It campaign that we're doing. This time with an all-new cast, brought to you on Sunday nights. So,
Except for one.
Oh yeah, right. Except for Nick, in the bottom right there. He's not new. You might recognize him from other games on Monday nights. New, we have Kyle sitting over here on the right side of the screen.
How's it going?
We got Taylor over here. And then we got Caitlin down here. And that's the group. So this is the first episode, session, whatever you want to call it, of the new campaign. It takes place in a continent called Alcadia. Or not the continent of Alcadia. The continent is something else, but you don't know that. The kingdom is Alcadia. Brief backstory for the viewers. Roughly 1,000 years ago, a cataclysmic event happened in the world that has been known as the Sundering. Details about what actually happened during this event are scarce and have been mostly lost over time. Most people figure it's an experiment gone wrong, but whatever happened rocked the world and all of its denizens to their foundation. Cities near the epicenter were destroyed, and the original names of the towns and cities nearby were all lost in time, as they were deserted because they were no longer habitable. The location where this event happened within the world is on the same continent as this group is starting, to the northeast, and it's called the Waste. Look, I didn't have a great name. Whatever, deal with it. It's surrounded by a desert in the lands to the northeast, and we're gonna start here with the group. We'll give brief introductions as their characters come into the story, but I'll set the stage a little bit. We are gonna pick up in a very small town inside Gaydon is the town. The tavern is called the Saints Respite Tavern, and inside of really kind of like rainy downpour kind of a night, there's a lot of people in the tavern. Almost all the tables are taken up. There's one table that is kind of relatively free. There's currently just one person sitting at the table, and it is an elven woman with whitish bluish hair. She's just kind of sitting there. As Caitlin, if you want to explain a little bit about your character, what she looks like and whatnot.
Okay, so she's got white hair that's almost blue if you look at it too closely. Gray eyes. Hang on, I gotta pull it up. Pale skin, snowy white pale skin. And she's only 4 feet 6 inches tall, so she's pretty petite for her.
All right.
So
And then, so we'll pick up here with Feng just stepping in through the front doors of the tavern. The rain coming down on you has made you soaked from your travels. You enter the tavern looking for some sort of a respite, even if it's just for, 10-15 minutes, get yourself dry before you continue on your way.
Mm-hmm.
There's only really one table, like I said, that's kind of free to sit down at, currently occupied by an elven woman. But you kind of make your way around, and what do you want to do? Want to sit down with her?
So is it kind of like a jolly bar, or is it like sullen? Is everyone like having a good time, or are they like in their cups just?
Kind of half and half. You kind of get the impression that everybody around here is generally pretty upbeat, but the weather's kind of brought a drag on the mood.
So this is like unusual weather, I guess, for the area.
The weather can be overcast for about a third of the year, but it's not too uncommon for the area. Just it's just one of those times where it's like, we're just gonna drink and have fun. Fuck, it's raining.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go grab a beverage from the bar, and then I guess I would scope out a table and see one occupied and approach and be like, "Hello, can I sit with you?"
Sure, have a seat.
Thank you. and I just kind of sit down and I just want to kind of watch everybody. I'm not really planning on talking much.
Sure.
So,
Same.
and I guess you would notice sitting across from me, I am a very large cat. I'm a tabaxi. I look pretty much like a panther, but I'm 6'7", and just like super skinny. So I'm giant.
I was
The exact
just about to
opposite.
have you explain what your character looks like, but you jumped the gun,
Exact
so thank you for
opposite
it.
of you. So.
So just as you guys start kind of, just doing the, hey, how's it going, whatnot, you hear somebody else stepping up to the front door. The door kind of kicks open, and in steps Zilly. Zil? Is it Zyle? Nick.
Zyle, that works.
Okay, Zyle. Zyle steps in. Same situation. It's very kind of mood, but everybody's kind of drinking, having a good time. One open table. With the other
Smells
two.
like peasant water in here. Guess I can grab a beverage.
All right. So, oh yeah, he's role playing real hard. So you grab a beverage, sit down at the table. Go ahead and explain what your character looks like for the other people.
If you look very closely to my character, he has yellow and red eyes. If to you it looks quite evil, but it's very common in this race. I've also mostly black feathers, a little bit of bronze underlay on the feather wings, and I'm only 4 feet and 11 inches tall.
So
You also forgot to mention you are an Arakoa, so you are
Arakoa.
Yeah,
bird people.
Okay.
caca.
But big bird people, not to be confused with small bird people like Kenku.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're Kenku. Like,
Sorry.
So as you
can I just say, as soon as I see like a bird sit down across from me, my ears perk up a little bit, my tail starts going back and forth. Just like very interested in this person.
I understand you're happy to see me, but you don't have to wag your tail.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not happy. I purr when I'm happy, you'll know.
Hmm.
Alright, so the next person to kind of step into the bar seems to be an older elven gentleman. He steps in, but the one thing that kind of piques your curiosity about him is that despite it being like raining outside, he steps in and he's completely dry. He's not wearing a hat or anything, just a dark black, like woolen, heavy kind of cloak. But the rain almost seems to not even affect him. And you guys notice he, walks in, doesn't say anything to anybody, closes the door kind of quietly, and then kind of walks off to one of the other tables. And immediately after that, the door immediately swings back open in a big huff as a very, very large snake makes his way through the front door. And Kyle.
First thing I'm gonna do is go over and sit quietly down at the bar. For anyone that is looking at me, I'm gonna have ashen gray skin. I have the skull hooded like a cobra. I also have white eyes, as white as you can possibly imagine, and I do not have normal skin. I have scales. I am also not very fond of anyone in this tavern at the moment, but I'm gonna go sit down at the bar, and I'll wave over the bartender.
Alright. Elderly human woman walks over and goes, "Hey there, I'm Yanko. What can I get for you?"
You have to drink in this fine establishment.
She kind of looks across the bar and gives you a once-over. Are you bipedal or full-on safe?
Bipedal.
Okay.
Bipedal.
So, she kind of notices your kind of whole scaly nature and kind of looks at you and she looks at you and approvingly just kind of winks and then pulls a cup from underneath the bar and puts it on the bar in front of you and kind of scoots it over towards you. This is all I got.
Slowly reach out, I'll take it. I'll take a sip. How does it taste? Is it very alcoholic or mild?
It's kind of bitter, but you kind of get the impression just from the one sip that you had that if you were to drink a couple glasses of this, you'd be pretty well fucked for the whole night.
How much for an as well?
3 silver pieces. I'll give you a bottle.
I'll slide her 3 silver.
She slides
I'll
you a
drink
bottle.
silently.
All right.
Canned in the corner.
It's is it 25 or 15?
For what's that?
Converted? Gold to silver?
10, 10, 10.
10, 10? Okay.
10, 10, 10.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I always get it confused with WoW, man. Whenever I'm running campaigns, it's like, oh yeah, it's 99. It's like, nope.
Yeah, it's 100, isn't it? No, it's 10. Oh fuck. Let's consult the player's handbook. No. So the rest of you that are sitting at the table, what are you guys gonna be doing here? Just drinking, getting to know each other, talking. Feel free to banter a little bit if you like, or whatever.
I'm ignoring them. They're beneath me.
You're not in the sky.
Quite literally just sitting there, like just like staring at the bird, just like. Are there more of you? I've never seen one like you, so large.
No, I'm sorry. Are you talking to me?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Well, you can stop. I don't talk to.
I take it very literally and actually just stop talking. Just like, oh, okay.
Gives a new meaning to the word cat eyes.
That was easy. I'll take a swig of my drink.
All right. I'll have everybody roll a perception check for me.
Can I just click perception? Is that
Yep.
like a thing?
That is how you do it. Okay. So Fang, Zyle, Dendar, you guys don't really notice anything. It's kind of loud in here. This tavern's like it's very packed, so you
A
know.
little preoccupied with the bird person.
Yeah, and your booze. You know. Character name, not her player name. Kilana, you notice a little bit of a ruckus going on behind you, 2 tables over. Seems to be slightly raised voices as you hear, "Ha! There you are." You turn around and notice that the man that you saw earlier, that rain didn't touch him, it just kind of disappeared around him, is now leaning over the table talking directly to an older human male. Kind of
I'm gonna
aggressively.
listen in.
Okay. So basically, you kind of listen in for a little bit, and you don't catch all of what they say, but you gather the most important bits. The human male looks at the man, and he's very confused. He's like, "Who are you? Why are you here? Like, I don't understand what?" And the elvish man, who's leaning over, says, "Don't worry about that." And you notice him kind of lean back, step back from the table, and he walks away for a second. You kind of lose track of where he is in the crowd, and then he circles back around and stands behind the human man, and he leans over and pulls something out of his pocket, and then slides it into the man's left hand. And you hear, "The assembly has called you home," before he pulls out a dagger, slits the man's throat, and stabs him in the heart, and then disappears back in the crowd of people. The man slumps forward, laying presumably dead on the table. Doesn't seem like anybody else around took any notice.
I'm gonna turn back to my table mates and ask if anybody just saw that.
I'm sorry, what? I was not paying attention to these things.
The man over there, he just got stabbed by the elven.
What's man? I don't see no man.
You turn around and you see a man just passed out from his drink at the table that she's pointing at.
All you elven folk are crazy.
Anything from the cat?
I just realized I was muted. I said I go like as soon as she said that that someone was like stabbed, I like push myself up from the table and like go over and kind of like walking check on the guy because this person like obviously is spooked, saw something. So
Okay,
I'm gonna follow.
how are you gonna check on him? Like, what precisely are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna walk and be like, "Hey, man, are you all right?" And just like push him.
There's no response and no resistance when you push him. He just kind of like just moves over like an inch from your push.
Do I see like a throat, a slit throat? Right.
Make an investigation check.
All right. Investigation. Oh.
No, there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with this guy. He's just drunk.
He's just absolutely. I'm just like, oh no, he's fine. And I head back to the table. Just sit back down. So you're obviously seeing things. He's fine.
Anybody else? Any
I'm
more
at the bar
actions?
drinking.
Yep. Okay.
No, not paying attention to anything.
Okay. About a minute goes by before the tavern keeper, whom none of you got the name except for our snake friend, Yenka walks over and grabs the cup off the man's table and replaces it with another cup, and then puts her hand on his shoulder and just shakes him a little bit, and he just goes like this, and then and that's when they see the slit. It looks like it's so deep that it almost severed his head completely from his shoulders. And that's when you notice that the dagger is still in his heart. And now he's just laying there dead. Yenka screams a little bit and is like, "Oh my god!" And then everybody around kind of looks at him and then notices what's going on, and now everybody's freaking out. People are trying to climb over the bar to get behind. Some people are like running off to the back room. Other people are trying to get out the front door. It's just chaos.
As soon as like they flip the body over and you see the slit throat, I'm just like, what? But I just checked on him. He was fine. What? I don't understand. This drink must be affecting me more than I thought. Ooh. It's kind of like sinking into my chair a little bit, just like.
I peer over that there are some humans having a squabble. The alcohol, look at them, take another sip, go back to looking directly over the bar.
Zero shits given.
Not my problem.
Okay. Anything from Zyle or Kilana?
I'm gonna turn back to the cat because he seemed to be the only one that actually even tried to pay attention, and I'm gonna ask him if he wants to investigate further.
Well, yes, but clearly I'm not very good at this.
I'm sure we could do it together.
The power of friendship. I agree.
Disgusting.
Quiet bird person. And I'm gonna go back over and take a look at the body.
Okay. So now that the body is kind of splayed out openly, it's pretty easy to look at everything and kind of see what's going on. As I said, his neck has been slit all the way across, almost ear to ear, so deep that it almost completely severed his head from his shoulders. There is a ruby hilted dagger buried hilt deep in his left breast where his heart would be. Just fucking buried in there real deep. And aside from that, he seems to be wearing kind of regular looking commoner's clothes, nothing too ornate or fancy. Looking around, there was two other people that were at his table that kind of got up and left in the pandemonium. You suspect they maybe weren't friends of his, otherwise they would have stuck around. It was probably just they're at the same table because it was the only seats. And give me an investigation check.
Both of us.
Sure.
Round two.
Or one of you with advantage.
Oh!
All right, don't worry about it. Fang's got this. Fang, you
Redemption.
see. Yeah, right. You see a slight glint out of the corner of your eye, and you look down and see in his left hand he's got a coin, like stuck in his grasp.
Oh, I grabbed the coin. Just like
All right.
right away and just take a quick inspection on it.
Sure. It's just a regular silver coin, but it's not like a currency kind of coin. You just see a dagger with a couple of drops on it. Like on the actual coin, the little sigil is a dagger with a couple of drops coming from the end of it. As well as when you flip it over, it says the assembly.
Does this name ring a bell to me at all?
Roll history.
History. Oh, another one I'm great at.
You've heard assembly here or there, but you've never really cared much about what it meant. So you're like, I've heard of it. I don't know what it is though.
Okay, fair enough. As soon as I pick up the coin, I just go, assembly. And just kind of shake the coin for like a solid minute, not really knowing what to do. Just looking at it.
While you're doing that, there seems to be a little bit more of a ruckus as people are leaving the front. A man in kind of silver gold kind of accented armor, including like a plumed helm, steps in through the front door, and he's kind of making his way through the pack of people, almost like a fish swimming upstream. He kind of walks over and notices that you guys are kind of hanging around and says, yes, might I inquire as to what you are doing here?
I just point at the guy and be like, he's dead.
Yes,
One.
I can see that.
So,
Did you do it?
nope.
Can you
No
prove
blood
it?
on these. No blood on these paws, and I hold my hands out like.
Hmm.
And there's obviously blood on it because I've been handling the body. It's like just oh.
It's taking forever to roll. Yeah, he looks at your hands and sees the blood-covered paws, and he goes, I'm gonna have to ask you to sit over here at this table. Don't leave.
I just go and sit down.
Okay. He then starts to look over the body, and you notice that he's kind of going through in a very like a rigid kind of way, like everything's very matter of fact, like people die and that's just what happens, and he's just trying to figure out why. He doesn't seem shocked about it at all. He kind of looks back at Kilana and says, would you be able to tell me what happened?
I saw a older elven man and he stabbed the guy. He didn't have any water on him, even though it's been raining outside, but I don't know what to think of that.
Well, it's very clear. We have a murder. Okay.
I pipe up from the table in the back, like, we already knew that!
Well, yes, but, there's a difference between a murder and a murder.
A murder?
You know,
No.
like, you guys must be new here, I'm presuming?
Oh,
Yes.
definitely, very. Do you
Kingdom's a
often?
very dangerous place. Let's just put it that way. You'll learn. Sometimes there's a murder, and sometimes there's a murder. This is a murder.
So then, what's a murder?
Ha! You don't.
I'm
wanna
gonna
see
pipe up in the back and
murder.
mimic murder and just snicker. Cute.
He kind of like walks over to you and like gets right up in your grill, looking directly into your eyes. What did you see?
I just don't care.
Okay. Very well. Okay, so an elvish man came in, stabbed him, and left.
Yes.
Alright, fair enough. How's the cat involved?
Oh, we went over to investigate.
But he's got blood all over his hands.
He was investigating the body.
I'm very, very touchy-feely. I'm a
Yeah.
paws-on kind of cat.
kind of getting that impression.
Gonna spit towards their direction.
Very well. Hold on. Walks over to the bar, just kind of taps the snake man on the shoulder, Dendar, and he says, "What did you see?"
And what's this guy wearing again?
He's wearing like a full-on set of like silver armor with gold accents, long blue cloak.
How may I help you, sir?
Could you tell me what happened here? Is their story legit?
Sir, I haven't been drinking. I did not see anything. This is not my problem.
He goes straight back to drinking. He goes, okay. Huh. And he is going to insight check. Yeah, you seem pretty, you seem pretty above board to him. And, he kind of looks back at the kind of group kind of assembled, like, you know, Dendar sitting at the bar, Kilana kind of standing in the middle of the tables, like, Fang sitting down at one of the tables, kind of sitting there and just kind of observing, and Zyle just hanging out, and he goes, okay, tell you what. You guys got anything to do tonight?
Is he directly talking to me or them?
Talking to the whole group.
Yeah, I think everybody.
You guys are the only ones left in the tavern. Everybody else is left.
I'm free.
I'm drinking. Can't you
As soon as
see
he says
that?
I'm like halfway out the door, but I like stop as soon as he says that and just like shut the door and be like, no, nothing at all. No, nothing at all.
Okay. Tell you what. Help me investigate what happened here. I'll even pay you.
My feathers kind of perk.
Give you 5 gold pieces if you can find the perpetrator. 1 gold
5.
piece for a solid tip.
It's chump change.
I look at the other 3. Look back at the knight. Each.
Yes, each.
Let's find a murderer then. I get up.
Alright. Give me a constitution save, by the way. Since you've been hitting the drink pretty heavy.
Oh boy.
Alright. You're feeling a little bit drunk. You won't have any penalties to your rolls or nothing, but you kind of wobble when you step and stuff. If you turn your head too quickly, everything gets blurry for a second.
All good.
You're used to it. You drink a lot.
Yep.
Got that motion blur on.
The man looks back at you guys and goes, alright, look. I'm the guard captain. Name is Marcus Grantham. I'd like to say that murders don't happen here frequently, but then I'd be lying. I mean, not frequently. What?
I was gonna say you said there were murders and then murders, so that implies it is frequent because there's a distinction. But never mind.
Look, you'll understand in time. But basically, what I'm saying is, people die. It's an everyday occurrence. I mean, it's not always a murder. It's sometimes a murder. Yeah. Anyway, I don't really have the spare guards to go run around town. So, tell you what. You guys try and figure out who did this. Like I said, I give you a gold each for a good tip, 5 gold each if you find the perpetrator. Sound good?
I'm gonna slam the rest of my drink and slam the glass on the table. Right. Fine, I'll help you peasants out.
Give me a strength check. Okay. Now give me a dexterity save. Alright, you slam the glass down on the table, and it shatters underneath your hand, and a little bit of glass gets kind of stuck in your hand. You kind of raise your hand up and look at it. You see a bunch of, blood coming out from a couple of assorted spots.
I'm gonna lick the blood.
All right. Tastes like blood and glass.
Never made myself bleed my own blood before.
As soon as I see like a bird person and a giant walking snake all kind of like teaming up, I'm just like giddy with anticipation. You just see me sitting there just like
You shut up.
just like realizing that I'm like cleaning myself and just like have to like hold my hands down and just like
All right.
Backseat creatures are weird.
I'll go too.
Indeed they are.
Okay. Anything from Kilana?
No.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna inspect the body a little bit further if it's still there.
Sure.
I show them all a coin. Just be like, hey guys, I found this on the body. They're like, look, I found this. And show it around. If anyone tries to take it, I'm ready to take it back. Because I want to keep it.
Okay.
Actually, is the dude in silver still there? The armor fellow? Can I ask him anything about the assembly?
Absolutely.
Do you know what the assembly is? Have you heard this name before?
He just looks at you, and his face kind of goes from a kind of look to a.
This would be really great, except you on Discord are a blank square right now, so I'm watching the Twitch stream, so it's slightly delayed.
Right. Enjoy that 2-second delay. So he gets all serious all of a sudden and looks you straight in the face. His voice goes a little bit stern and goes, "Where did you hear that?"
Well, I just flip him the coin.
He grabs the coin, looks at the one side, flips it over and looks at the other, looks back at the body, puts the coin in his pocket, and then loudly proclaims, "Well, looks like he died of old age. Here you guys go," and hands each of you 5 gold pieces.
Nice.
No, you wanted us to investigate.
Yeah,
Not
you did. You
die of
found it.
old
It's
age.
awesome. Good job. You got top notch.
I kind of cozy up to him and be like, so is this like a murder? The other one?
He just kind of gets really, really quiet and kind of leans closer in towards your big cat-like ears and goes, "This is what you'd call a murder."
I'm gonna insight check him.
Okay. Yeah, he seems scared. But,
Very scared.
you believe him.
I take my gold. I go sit down at the bar. I'm gonna order a
join him.
water.
I join him at the bar, but I don't order a water.
There is nobody to order from.
Okay, I climb over the
Yenka
bar.
bailed with when the dead
I
body
just,
showed up.
Over the
The
bar.
front door open.
No, it
I'm
was
gonna go
closed
over-
because Fang closed it.
I'd like to go behind the bar and get myself water.
Okay.
Oh no, dude, I'm already behind the bar. If you want something, just let me know. I'll hook you up. I'm bartending now.
I do it myself anyway.
Oh,
Okay, you walk around, grab a glass,
you
walk
do it
over
behind
to
my bar.
walk over to a large keg and kind of it says water across it, and you'd kind of turn the little stopper and pour yourself a glass of water.
I go back down and sit in my chair and continue to drink.
As they're all doing that, I'm gonna go lean against the door as if I'm not letting anyone leave.
The guard captain walks up to you and goes, "So, you guys, you guys did a good job. You figured this one out real quick. Whew. If we ever have any more weird things happen, I'll be sure to ask you guys to investigate."
What's the assembly?
Why does everybody keep saying that?
Assembly, assembly, assembly!
Make a perception check.
Oh,
Okay.
I ain't seen shit.
You don't hear anything. Everybody else making a perception check as well.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
All right, the rest of you hear what sounds like a clay pot or jar from the back room where the chefs would be, like hit the ground.
Like shatter pots.
Yeah.
I get up. I go to the back door.
You see a clay cup shattered into about 100 different pieces right by the back door.
I kick open the door.
Okay, give me a strength check. All right. The door kind of it budges a little bit on your first kick. You give it another second kick, and it swings open, and you find yourself looking down a bleak, kind of dark back alley, out the back of the tavern. The tavern owner, Yanka, is at the end of the alley, standing by the main kind of thoroughfare, and she's just kind of looking down the alley, making sure like nobody's like gonna go in and rob her or whatever, while everybody else is kind of like walking through the thoroughfare to go back to their houses.
Just one way of the alley, or what's down the other side?
The other side continues for about 10 feet, and then it's just a solid brick wall. It's about 20 feet tall.
What are you doing down there, woman?
Yanka kind of looks back at you and just goes, I'm just making sure nobody's gonna try and rob me blind. You know, something like this can happen.
Why are you breaking your things?
I didn't break nothing.
Then who's in your bar breaking things?
Well, presumably, the dead guy, you four lot, and the guard captain.
I close the door and I go to examine the room.
Okay. Go ahead and investigate.
Lock her out of her own bar.
He just did.
My bar now.
Yeah, okay. You look down. You're in the back room. You notice that there's a couple of little cooking fires with like a spit with a pot hanging from it on top. Seems to be some sort of slop that is being cooked in one of them. And another one is a very large iron pot or cauldron-like thing filled with a clear, odorless liquid. And then across from that, there seems to be a couple of different types of meats in various cuts on a table. There's some plates and some utensils and clay cups on the table as well near the end.
Any other doors, cupboards, cabinets, places people could hide?
There's some cupboards and cabinets. Upon opening them and looking in them thoroughly, it doesn't look like they lead anywhere. There doesn't seem to be any kind of trapdoors or anything like that. There's a kind of shitty looking carpet, a rug that's been laid down like underneath the table, but upon like kicking it a little bit to see if there's like a hatch underneath, it doesn't appear to be anything there.
Gonna hang out in the back room for a minute then.
Alright. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm living it up behind the bar.
I'm interrogating the guard.
Okay. Let's go to
Guard
that.
captain.
So what do you say?
Still haven't answered my question. What is the assembly?
The assembly? They are a group of amazing people that keep everyone safe.
I'm insight checking that one.
Okay. Yeah, he's lying through his teeth.
Who
What
would have
are
guessed?
they really?
Yes, they are.
So I have a question. At this point in time, can I see, like, hear this? Because he's obviously getting, like, a little bit more
Oh, yeah.
rattled.
Yeah.
So I want to come over and kind of just, like, lean over him. Not actually say anything, just, like, all 6'7" of me, just, like, looking
Right.
down at him.
Okay.
Just kind of, like, just staring at him.
Okay. Make an intimidation check.
What race is the guard?
Human. At least from what you can tell. I mean, you can see kind of like his eyes and nose. The helm only like covers fucking like that.
Whatever that is. You're frozen on my screen.
Ah, okay, whatever. It covers like
He's
the
been a
cheek
black star on my
and
screen for so long.
cheek and forehead and cheeks are covered, but you can still see like the nose and the eyes and the mouth. Seems to be human.
Gotcha. Listen here, human. I don't have time for your kind. Doing you a favor by helping you out. What
Yeah.
is the assembly?
Look, don't ask questions you don't want answers to, because trust me, if they find out that you're asking questions, you might get to meet them too.
Well, listen here. I'm of royal blood. Don't give me that bullshit of asking questions. Now tell me who they are.
Trust me, that won't stop them. Besides, even if I knew who they were, which I don't, but if I did know who they were, I definitely wouldn't tell anybody. That's a pretty good way to get yourself, well, like him. You could just PM me on Discord, by the way.
Yeah, I'll do that instead.
Because the stream can see that too, so it's like, yeah, okay, so going back to Senior Nick. Is that all you wanted from him?
Fine. Petty little human. I'll let you leave because you're so scared of some silly little assembly. I'm gonna open the door, and as he's going, I'm gonna kick him in the ass.
You open the door, but he doesn't actually walk out. He kind of like looks at you guys for a second, kind of not quite dressing you down, but getting like a really good look at each one of you. And just as he's doing this, Dendar, you walk back in from the back room.
Yep.
Seems like things have been getting heated.
Oh, they have?
Well, they've been yelling. So
Hey, guard
you heard
captain.
that. Oh, wow. Okay.
Get your ass back in here, human.
That is not a +2. Sorry, one sec.
I mean, I'll take the roll.
+2.
One.
20. Alright. He passed.
Fuck.
He just looks at you, and shakes his head, and says, "Look, everybody come in close." And he kind of waits for
Fine.
everybody to assemble. As you all kind of get close, he gets really uncomfortably close into all of your guys' personal space, and he says, "Okay, look, last, I don't know, 40 years or so, there's been an organization, it's called the Assembly. I don't know why, but they are, for lack of a better term, a guild of assassins, and pretty much if you hire them, I'm not sure how it's done, don't even ask, I don't know if it's a money thing, I don't know if they do it for fun, I don't know, but basically, if they take the contract, you're as good as dead, and no matter what, they'll never leave a trace, aside from a coin and the implement used to kill. They never leave behind a footprint, they never leave behind, bloody gloves, or any garments, or anything like that. It's like they're ghosts. They show up, they kill their mark, they leave a coin and the murder weapon, and they leave. And there's no, as far as I know, nobody has ever solved an assembly murder. So we just kind of in the kingdom have a rule. If a murder is deemed to be from the assembly, we move on, as investigating too closely could have very bad health consequences. And then he kind of leans back from you guys and he goes, "Yeah, the assembly's pretty much like, like bounty hunters, but more badass, and they totally just, they're awesome. They just kind of keep everybody in line. Makes my job as a guard real easy."
As soon as he does this, I kind of take note for oh yeah, I think I've heard of them. They're great guys. Good at barbecues, right?
Give
Yeah.
me the coin.
I think I've heard that. And he pulls the coin out of his pocket and slowly slides it over onto your hand. Pretty sure I've heard that they're awesome at barbecues. They do fundraisers for children's. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm sure they do. They probably do for orphanages and the. Anyway.
I walk over to the body. Is the weapon still there?
The dagger, yeah, nobody's removed it.
I remove it. I
Alright.
pocket it.
You notice that when you pull it out, the blood that was on the blade, couple of drips drop from it, but it hasn't started to cake on or whatever. The body's still relatively fresh, but the wound itself doesn't bleed. And upon noticing that, you look at his neck and you see that while the slit went through and it cut him, no blood sprayed down his chest or anything. There's not a whole bloody mess here. It's very, very clean.
This thing got magic?
There seems to be a faint magical residue on the dagger itself, but not the dagger itself.
I'll
Is the
walk
guard
up.
still in here?
Sorry? What was that, Nick?
Go ahead, Nick.
Is the guard still in the room?
Yeah, he looks like he's standing pretty close to the door, maybe getting ready to leave, but yeah,
Is
he's
his
still
back
in there.
turned to me?
Nope, he's looking at you guys.
I'm gonna walk over and act like I'm all buddy with him.
Okay.
Kind of put my arm over his shoulder and start walking as if I'm gonna ask him questions.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out do I notice any kind of exposure right here on his neck?
He's wearing a gorget, so no, not really. It's all kind of metal and stuff.
I'm gonna take out my small knife
Mhm.
and stab him in the eye.
Okay.
Blah.
Make an attack
Okay.
roll with that. Or another.
Um,
You don't have to do that. Give me a dex check, actually. Because knife, not a weapon. Okay. And his will be. You go to stab him, and he notices at the last second that you've got something shiny in your hand, and he goes up to grab you, and he grabs your wrist, and you just kind of go and stab him right in the eye and pull it out.
How's that for your assembly?
He's just like, oh my, what? Why? What? Ow! Fuck, man, why?
What you human peasants get for being so fearful? Fearful?
Fearful.
Are you fucking asking me, man? What am I don't know. You just stabbed me. What the fuck?
I'm gonna spit on him and walk out.
All right,
Damn.
you do that. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna follow the bird out the bar.
I'm standing there just like mouth agape, just like oh. And then I leave because I don't know how to handle this
Okay.
situation.
All right, and the elf.
I'm gonna go look at the body and see if I can find anything else on his person, in his pockets, anywhere.
Sure. Roll investigation. Okay. You start rummaging through his pockets, and in his right breast pocket of his shirt, you see what seems to be a folded piece of paper. You kind of pull it out and look at it, and it is a contract, a writ for a supply train going between Gaydon and oh shoot, where did it go? Thiakin. You're not too familiar with the knowledge of the surrounding area, but you have heard of it. It's the town that's most directly east from here. it seems that he was contracted to be part of a supply caravan, and he still has the writ. It's signed, but yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pocket that.
Okay.
Since my party kind of left me.
Yeah, they bailed.
Alright, anything else that I noticed?
No. It's kind of weird that his body isn't bleeding. It's just a stab wound and a throat slash, and it's not bleeding. That, you think that's pretty curious. But aside from, oh, actually, yeah, you would find 2 silver pieces and 12 copper pieces in his pockets as well.
Oh, y'all bills, y'all.
Making that bank.
Take 'em.
I'm gonna leave him there.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's that lawful good.
Yep.
All right. You gonna leave to go with the rest of them, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow them.
Okay.
I don't know why, but we'll see.
Fair
Just stepping over the dude with one eye. Oh, sorry.
enough. As the cat's leaving the bar, the guard captain's now kind of like slumped down on the ground, and he's just holding his eye, and he's just like, "Hey, can you have the doctor come by, please? Thank you."
I'll get somebody on it.
All right. So you walk out and you join the other 3 who are outside. You guys are outside. The downpour is not quite a downpour anymore. It's just a kind of medium kind of rain. The kind of road has gotten a little bit muddy, specifically like in the tracks where the carts would be pulled down the street. You know from your travels getting here, this is kind of like the poor side of town. Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
Do I notice the snake following me?
Make a perception check.
I'm not being stealthy.
I mean, like,
I'll say yeah. You kind of hear.
we're all following as well, so.
Yeah. And you turn around and you see him, and then about 10 paces back, you see the cat, and about another 15 paces back, you see the elf.
Why are you guys trying to steal from me?
I stopped.
Sorry. Why are you following me?
I wish to know what you're going to do now. Do you really care about this small quabble?
Not really, but it's piqued my curiosity to find this assembly.
I'll walk up, kind of concealing it, and I show him the weapon.
Okay.
It is not a permanent enchantment, but there was magic cast on this blade. That is why the man did not bleed. If we can find out who made the weapon, that might give us a hint.
Very interesting. Alright, Snake Man.
I turn around and I see the cat. God damn it.
I'm just like,
Yes. Tabaxi seem to
Hello.
always follow everything that moves, don't they?
hello.
Yes, they do. And what do you want, Tabaxi?
I love that. Hello.
Bang. How are you guys? So
Wishing
we,
you weren't here.
Like,
I asked you
teaming
a
up?
question, cat.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What are you still doing?
I'm currently standing in the rain. So, that's fun. But long-term goals, probably finding out who the assembly are. Don't know though.
I look at the
Maybe.
bird. I look at the cat. I look at the bird. I look at the cat. I look back at the bird.
Just as you're doing
Yes.
that, the elf finally catches up to the group.
What did I miss?
Obviously, your timing.
I was investigating, which you guys neglected to do.
I show her the dagger. I did my part. Now, if you're a mage, I could tell you something important. Is she wearing chainmail? Would I get the inclination that she's a paladin?
She is wearing chainmail, yeah. And you see a shield slapped on her back? Did you pick a shield? I don't know.
I don't even know, honestly.
You can blame me for that one.
I do have a shield. I do have a
Okay,
shield.
yeah. You see that she's got a long sword in a scabbard on her belt, a javelin and a shield crossed on her back. She's wearing chainmail. Kind of, yeah. You've seen her type before. Generally, they're pretty heavily armored clerics or paladins.
I'm guessing you want to find out about the assembly as well.
Yes, I would like to.
Do
That
you
man-
care for?
The man deserves justice.
He got his justice.
Clearly.
Fine, if you want to tag along. I'm gonna turn around, start walking again.
I'll walk with the bird. I pocket the dagger.
Sure.
I'm gonna take
I
the
like-
coin. I'm gonna take the coin out though and fiddle with it as I'm walking.
I look
Okay.
down at the tiny elf. She like right on. Just like pat her on the head and just start walking.
Okay.
I'm
Any
gonna follow the cat.
All right.
He's
Um,
cute.
As
Which
you guys are
direction are we
walking,
going?
you're walking east. You
Is
come
that to the richer part of town? Sorry.
Yeah, it'd be towards the center of town. The
Okay.
town is kind of set up into like 3 districts. One is like the poorer part, one's the richer part, and then one is like the craftsmen and kind of traders kind of district.
Okay.
And you guys are walking. The district that you're in takes up the like 1/3 to the northeast of the city, and you guys are walking. The northwest. You guys are walking to the east, towards the kind of craftsmen's district.
Good.
All right. Can I get a round of perception checks? Okay. So as you guys are walking, you kind of notice that a lot of the people seem to have gone inside. Not to say like they completely abandoned, the streets or anything. It's kind of dark out. You kind of get the idea just based on your kind of like your bearings and when you would normally go to sleep that it's probably, sometime after dinner, but before like second dinner. Let's say 6 or 7, something like that. The sun is slowly starting to kind of set way off in the distance, so it's a little.
The references are real in this campaign.
right. We're starting off.
Is there anyone outside?
Yeah, there's some people walking by with like a mule and a cart and some beggars on the sides of the street. You see like men and women just kind of walking by. Not as busy and bustling as it was even when you guys got here, despite the rain. It seems that since the murder, at least half of the traffic that was here has gone to their homes. Whether it's
Man
because
with
of
the
the murder or not.
The man with the cart, keeping
Yep.
a little bit of distance. Excuse me, sir. Is there a weaponsmith in this part of town that you can direct me to? I'm looking for the finest weapons.
He looks at you in your face and he goes, "Please don't eat me. If you keep going down this street, you go down 3 streets, take your first right. That's the blacksmith. He'll be able to, hammer and oh god, and he just kind of takes the donkey or the mule and just starts like ushering it along quicker.
I'm just gonna burst out laughing.
Pitiful
Oh,
human.
I like this snake. He's quite great.
I'm gonna follow the directions that the man gave me.
I also chuckle.
Okay. You continue down the path exactly as he had directed you to, and sure enough, after you take the directions, the first building on the right is the blacksmith.
Is it like front doors? Is it outside blacksmith? What are we working with here?
There's a building, and then off from the building there's an outdoor forge. It doesn't look like anybody's at the forge right now, but you can see lights on inside the building.
I will walk inside the building, the front
Same.
door. How many people are inside this building right now, or do you want me to make a perception check?
You can go ahead and make a perception check.
How many people are inside this building?
There are
currently?
2.
Me and the forge guy, or-
No, there's the blacksmith and then a younger human male, presumably a blacksmith's apprentice. He's got on the kind of leather kind of apron, and he's holding a mallet, and it looks like the blacksmith is teaching him how to strike metal in the appropriate spots and stuff.
Yet again from a far enough distance. Excuse me, sir, is this your establishment?
The blacksmith looks up from instruction and goes, yeah. Why? What? Do you eat people?
No, I do not.
I'm gonna bust in the front door.
Oh, whoops.
Don't you people know how to clean anything? It smells like shit in here.
He believes you when you said that you don't eat people. And he goes, okay, yeah, we clean, it just gets dirty, it's a
Jay's
blacksmith's
muted.
forge.
I think Jay is muted. Jay, you're muted.
Whoops. Sorry. He believed you when you said that that you don't eat people. And then he looks over at the bird person.
As soon as like he realizes that, I walk through the door and it's just a giant cat.
At this point, his eyes go from
Hello!
like a kind of like a skittish, like, oh, okay, cool. And then you walk and he's like, okay.
I turn around. Can you please wait outside for a moment? I
Fine.
promise it will only be a minute.
I leave. I'm just kind of like have to duck under the door.
I'm gonna lean against the door, make sure nobody else comes in.
Okay.
I turn back to the blacksmith. I would like to slowly approach him and pull the dagger out of my pocket and present it with open hands.
Okay.
I would like information on who may have made this dagger. I heard you were the man to come to.
He picks it up out of your hands, kind of looks at it appraisingly, and goes, fine hilt. Very nice handle. Nice sturdy blade. Takes it and sets it down on the table working in front of him. And he grabs a mallet and he just hits it once right in the middle of the blade, and you hear a kind of like a mild hum that comes from the blade, like when you strike metal. And he goes, finely crafted blade. Very dangerous. Then he holds it up and runs his finger along the edge and goes, whew, sharp. And you notice that his thumb, where he had run it along, is bleeding.
I
Well,
saw a man injured by this blade. Man did not. Have you heard anything like that before?
no, I've never heard anything like that before in my life, he says as he's nodding vehemently at you.
Is he lying to me?
His words are, but his face isn't. He was nodding at you the whole time.
I will get down close to him on his level. This information if you want it to stop. Tell me what I needed to know, and you will not be harmed.
Ooh, I don't think you can promise that, but okay. Let me just basically say it's a very well-made dagger. There was an enchantment on it that very few people know how to do. It's very expensive if you wanted to get it done. Basically, instantly coagulates the blood on wherever you're slicing, so it makes it super clean. And only a couple people in the kingdom are known to use this particular enchantment because it doesn't last very long, and typically it's used for assassins. People
Do I hear
just
all of this
wanna
being said?
kill people. You're catching most of it. You're a little bit further away, so you gotta kind of strain to hear it, but you're getting most of it. And he looks back at you and he goes, look, I don't want any trouble. I don't want the dagger. You take it. You keep it. I don't want to know where you found it. All I gotta say is, if you found it and it happened to be with a person, that person probably had it coming. So, what else can I do for you this evening?
I reach into my pocket and I pull out the coin and I'm going to hold in front of his face. Tell me where I can find that enchanter, or I'll be leaving this in your shop, and you don't want me to leave this in your shop.
Okay. Roll intimidation. He looks at you kind of stone cold in the face and goes, I don't care if you leave this here. At this point, it's pretty much, that's a message, and it doesn't matter where the message goes once it's been received. I don't want no trouble here, so just, like, don't bring them here, and we'll be fine. But as far as that coin goes, I mean, you'll find thousands of them throughout the kingdom. So it's like, whatever. But, just don't dig too deep. As far as I know, the enchanter isn't in this town. There's only 2 or 3 people, probably even in the kingdom, maybe the world, that even know how to do the enchantment.
And where do I find them?
Probably the capital.
And where is that?
He tells you it's basically due east from here. Just keep going. Okay, so you're gonna want to, like, take the main road. You see that he is completely, like, he's a little bit worried about what you might do to him. So he seems to be telling the truth from what you can tell. And he's like,
Okay.
You take the main road, stay on the main road, don't go off the main road. Seems like the wildlife have been a little bit more aggressive lately, and that's probably why we've had to hire guards to get all of our caravans through. A lot of them have been going missing lately. But keep going east. You go to Thekan. Further east from that is the capital city of Alcadia. The kingdom is named after the capital city. You can go there. It's a bustling metropolis. I'm sure you'll be finding lots of enchanters there.
I look over at the bird. Satisfied? Or do you like something else from this man? Maybe his craftsman work? I stand up. What kind of blades do you have here, sir? I'm also gonna point at the door and motion like this to have the cat and the elf come in.
Okay.
Nothing he's willing to give me.
The blacksmith just kind of looks up and goes, "Look, I'm a simple man. It's a small town, small city. I mean, it's not a town. You know what I mean?" And all of a sudden, he seems to be puffing his chest out a little bit, like he's taking pride in where he's from. He's like, I'm a simple man, though. Let's be honest. I make your run-of-the-mill short sword, long sword, morning star, maul, flail, short bow, long bow, light crossbow, hand crossbow, glaive. I got shields, I got swords, I got maces. I think I already said that. I think I'm going in circles. I got armor. I could do armor. Got some chainmail. It's pretty cool. All very finely crafted. Nothing but the best here.
The best is a matter of opinion.
Yes, but the opinion of my customers is what's most important, and all of them tell me I'm the best. So you can't argue with that.
I just kind of walk up to him like, I'm glad to hear you're the best, and I take his hand and I'm just shaking it it's real nice to meet you. I don't use any of your stuff, but you seem like the best.
He's just shaking your hand. He's like, thank you. I keep telling people. Spread the word.
I just leave. As soon as it's like, yeah, okay, then I'm out.
I'm gonna roll my eyes, walk out the front door.
Okay.
I look the blacksmith dead in the eye as I am also walking out the door.
I'm gonna leave too.
Okay.
You have never seen us before.
Likewise.
I give him a wink. I walk out.
You just hear, likewise, wink!
I would pay to see a snake wink, just...
Time
Harry
of
Potter.
day.
Roughly, by now, it's about 8.
Look at the bird. We will go to the capital tomorrow. For now, we must sleep.
Fine. If we must stay in this town, barely call it land, but if I must, I must.
I go over
Should
to
we
him and
send the cat to the stables to sleep?
I go to the bird and I just kind of poke the bird. Just like a couple times. Are you always like this? Just.
Are you always like that?
Oh yeah, positive outlook, man. I gotta tell you, once you know yourself, man, there's no greater spiritual high. And I just start poking both of them.
Very upset face. I'm gonna lock eyes with the bird and just breathe heavily.
I'm gonna crouch down to make myself about 3 feet tall,
Okay.
and then push off and fly about 15 feet into the air.
All right, you take off. You're
I'm
now
gonna fly towards.
in a circling pattern. Where are you going?
I'm gonna fly towards the nearest inn.
Okay. As you get up in
Without
the air.
hesitation, I'm sprinting after him, just
Okay.
like.
Okay. As you get up in the air, give me a perception check, and also, Feng, are you following him or going to a nearby tavern?
Oh
Or,
no, I'm
inn?
following the bird.
Okay.
It's like.
Will I have advantage on this since I'm higher up?
Yeah, sure. All right.
Glad I have. That.
So you kind of take your stance, you leap up into the air, and then you kind of like doing a circling pattern as you're looking around, and you see that actually across the street from the blacksmith was an inn. Then you're like kind of embarrassed a little bit, but you're like, nah, I meant to do that.
Is there any balconies that I see?
Yep. On the second floor, there's a balcony that goes into what looks to be one of the bedrooms.
I'm gonna land on there.
Okay.
Can I like
everybody
jump
else,
and
you
climb
see
up
that.
onto it? I'd like to jump onto
how
the
high is
balcony
it?
after him.
Or, sorry, how tall are you? I mean,
Me? I'm 6'7".
18. Yeah, you can try. You want to use acrobatics or athletics? That's up to you.
Acrobatics.
All right.
Please. Kind of just like, it's not like I jump to it, it's more like kind of like a parkour up it, just like
Yep.
swinging myself off things.
Sure. All right. Yeah. You kind of find like a nearby sign that's kind of close to the building. You kind of crawl up it and then like jump backwards and land on the little banister that's above the main door. Use that as kind of a springboard to bounce off of like a nearby tree, and then leap back and land on the balcony next to the bird.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
That leaves the elf and the snake in the middle of the
Just-
road.
I just land purring very loudly. Just...
I look at the elf. Do you know either of these two?
No.
Are
straight-
you sure you want to join us?
Yeah, I'll go along for the ride.
Fair enough.
I'm
Start
gonna
walking
try to
their
open
direction.
the door.
Okay. It's like a 10-foot walk across the street to get to the inn. Do you want to go inside? Mr. Kyle?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys both walk in through the front door. There's a kind of like a peppy young man at the front counter there, and he sees you, and he's like, "Oh, hey, new peep, we got rooms. You guys together or separate?"
What race is he?
Human.
Human. Please stop acting so scared. I would like my own room, please. How much is it?
A silver for the night.
I will hand the man a silver.
All right. Take
Be a little
this-
nicer to guests next time.
What? Okay. Up the stairs here, and the first door on your right. You should be good.
I take
And-
the key and go.
Okay. He looks towards Kilana and says, "And for the lady."
One room, please.
All right, 1 silver, please. Grabs a key.
I'll hand him the silver.
So you take the key, and he says, "Second door on the right."
Is there a door in front of me? Where on
Yep.
the balcony I landed?
Yep.
Is it locked?
It doesn't seem to
Is
be.
it?
I'm just gonna open it.
I would very much like to be in the room that the snake ends up in, just so when he opens the door, I'm already waiting there. If that is somehow possible. Just like, yeah, no.
Meta.
Can I
So,
follow him to his
the
room
bird, you
instead?
open up the door and step into the room. The
Gonna
Fang
close the door
cat
quick enough It's where the cat can.
Okay.
Just
You close
I
the
walk
door.
straight into a door.
He's an outdoor cat now.
Give me opposing dex checks, actually. Let's figure this out.
Nat 1.
Tiebreaker D100.
Yeah.
100?
No, just roll dex checks again.
Oh.
Rip.
I rolled a
All right,
one.
so the bird manages to get inside the room and slams the door just as the cat goes. Ping.
I'm gonna lock it.
You lock the door just as you hear a sound of somebody fiddling with a door behind you, like the sound of a key going into a door. What do you do?
Close the blinds, if there is any.
Yeah, there is. You close the blinds so the cat is no longer visible. You seem to be shut out from everybody as you're sitting on the balcony. And this is when fucking Rise's character, his name is Dendar. You open up your door and you see the bird standing right in the middle of the room, looking directly at you.
You slowly walk in, you close the door.
I'm knocking.
You hear a noise at the window across the room from you.
I swear to God, if that is the cat.
Oh, it is. Please, have your fun with it.
Look at my rapier on my hip. No.
We'll find the nearest
I
chair.
assume you don't want to stay in this room.
Are you talking to me?
I look over. How many beds are there?
There is one bed.
I'm gonna walk over to the bed and I'm gonna coil up on it.
Okay, you do that.
Look over at him. Look over at him and
That's
say, "I guess the floor is comfortable. It's only a silver." I put my head down on the pillow.
All right.
It's fine. I didn't want to have to pay for one of these rooms anyway.
Man, for a royal, you are the cheapest motherfucker.
No, I'm picky. There's a difference.
Look, you don't get to be a rich royal by spending your money at every one silver inn that you find, alright?
I'm just gonna sit in the
so
nearest chair. Close my eyes.
there is one chair at the dining table in the center of the room. You kind of sit down, close your eyes, and you still hear a on the window.
I'm gonna let it keep
let-
going.
I'm gonna let it keep going unless it goes for around a half an hour straight.
How long are you gonna
Uh,
keep it up, Fang?
So for like 5 minutes, I'm gonna go, and then when I realize it's not working, I'm gonna like pop out my claws and run those along the window. Just.
How long are you doing that for?
That's a really good question. Probably like another 5 minutes. I'd say 5 and 5, and then I would give up.
While this is happening, Kilana, you make your way to your room. It's a pretty nicely furnished, kind of modest abode. It's got one bed, a chair, a little dining table. Yours has a small balcony. The doors towards the balcony are closed.
Was the cat in the hallway?
No, he's on the outside
No,
of
I'm
the
on a
building,
balcony.
outside their
Oh,
balcony door.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm just gonna go into my room and lay down.
All right, so you go lay down. We'll go back to the
Is the,
cat and them.
The claw's still going on the window. How long has that been going on?
Like I said, it was like 5 minutes for the knocking, and then 5 minutes for the claws. At that point, I probably would have just been like, fuck it, and slept on the porch.
As I'm hearing the claws screech down, I'm gonna unlock the door, open it, see the cat sitting there. I'm gonna cast. Oh, I always forget how to pronounce it. Thaumaturgy? Thaumaturgy?
Thaumaturgy. Okay.
Thaumaturgy.
And make my voice 3 times louder. Get right up in his ear. Leave!
All right.
I'm gonna close the door, slam the door actually, and lock it
Okay.
again.
Your reaction.
Well, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I would probably wake up swinging. Just like, ah!
You weren't sleeping though. It was right in the middle of you scratching.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, because I was just sitting there, right? Yeah, it hadn't been that long. Okay, yeah, no, I just like jump. I just,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
kind of.
So you're just gonna go to sleep on the balcony there, or are you gonna like climb down and find?
No,
another
I
alley or
think
something?
it would have scared me enough that I would probably climb down and go get my own room. Just be like,
Okay.
"This."
So you loop around. You talk to the kind of happy young gentleman. He looks at you kind of quizzically, like he's never quite seen one of your species before, and he says, "For you, huh? 1 silver for a room."
I just look at him and just go, "Got any fireplaces?"
For 2 silvers, you can have a room with a fireplace.
Never mind. And I just I slide him 1 silver piece.
Okay. Takes the silver piece, gives you a key. Says, "I upgraded you for free. Don't tell my boss. Second door on the left."
Thank you.
You're
I just, like,
welcome.
just go.
All right.
I
You go-
give him a silver piece.
Oh.
I give him the silver piece.
He kind of does one of those like hand over his heart and looks at you like, "Oh man," and then just kind of you walk up the stairs. You take the second door on the left. When you walk in, you see that it's pretty modest, just like the other rooms. There's no balcony on this one though. It is more inwards of the building, but there is a pretty nice fireplace along one of the walls.
I fall asleep in front of it.
Cool. And with
Good.
that, we'll
Hammer
take a
up the
break real
camera.
quick so everybody can go to the bathroom, grab a drink, whatever they want to do. We'll be back here in, 5-10 minutes, so stream, stay tuned.
Sit tight and don't let the bed bugs bite.
Yeah, that too.
Hell yeah.
All right, we're back.
Really? Hand fade?
You're a hand fade.
That was excellent.
God.
All right, well, we're doing it again. Hand fade part 2. Nice. All right,
The
well,
reckoning.
we pick up again with you
The
guys
handing.
in the morning. Nothing eventful happened during the night. You all got pretty good rest. You come to in the morning with the kind of chirps of birds outside, and it seems people are out and about on the street. So you hear the cart traffic on the roads and people walking by the windows and talking and stuff, and you can kind of hear that coming up into the building. And what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna get up
Same.
and open up the blinds and unlock the door and open the door to see if the tabaxi is still there.
He's not.
Okay. I'm gonna lightly close that door and then hop off the balcony.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check. It wasn't that light. You tried to close it lightly, but the loud click sound is heard as you would close the door. Which
I get up.
you hear. Yep.
I will lock the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave my room, go downstairs, and see if they have breakfast or anything like that downstairs that I could acquire.
You get downstairs, and the same kind of happy, kind of teenage human is sitting at the front, and he's like, "Hey, did you have a good night? It was good, right? It's good rooms."
did. Thank you. Is there a
Uh,
place where may I inquire breakfast? And no, I
Absolutely.
do not eat human. Curious.
I wasn't gonna ask that. Is that something that gets? Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna pry. We can make breakfast for you if you're cool with waiting about 15 minutes.
Is there a window or something nearby?
Yeah, there's a couple windows going to the outside.
I'll go look outside the window. Has the sun risen very much? Or is
Yeah,
it still
it's-
rainy as fuck outside?
No, it's actually a really nice kind of sunny morning so far. It's not like super hot out or anything. The sun is about halfway up, so it's very bright.
I would like whatever you would serve me, but 4 of them for my friends.
All right, we'll
nice
get
guy.
right on it.
Yes, I will wait.
Awesome. Excellent. Well then, we'll start cooking it right away. And he seems to write something down and then slide it into a drawer and then push the drawer. And it seems to go like into the kind of cabinet area to his right.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk in the front door.
Okay, you do that.
They're starting breakfast for us.
As he says that,
Hmm.
the happy-looking gentleman looks up at the brand new bird person that just came in and says, hey, can I interest you in a room? 1 silver for a night. I mean, it's morning, but I mean, if you wanted to like prepay for tonight or something, that's
No
cool.
thanks. Want to stay here anyway. I'm just here for the food, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, breakfast will be ready in about 15 minutes. I don't know if you're with
That's
him, but
fine.
he ordered 4 plates, so
Yes.
okay.
I'm
If I
gonna go take a seat next to him.
All right. If I can help you with anything, please don't hesitate to ask.
He won't.
Sits there and waits. What are the other 2 doing?
I'm gonna get up and head downstairs.
Okay.
This guy?
So you make your way downstairs as Feng.
Oh, I was gonna say I just wake up kind of like sprawled in front of a fireplace, just very content, not really wanting to move. So I'm gonna wait like 5 minutes,
Okay.
and then get up and go downstairs.
Sure. So, Kilana, you make your way to the bottom of the stairs and see your 2 comrades from last night kind of hanging out by a window. They're sitting at a table near the entrance. Got a window seat. They're kind of sitting there at the table and, just sitting.
I'm gonna
Lock,
go do-
lock eyes. Breakfast will be out soon.
Sounds good. I'm gonna sit down at the table.
Okay. Just as you do that, the happy gentleman from the night before says, "Oh, hey, you're also with... Okay, breakfast will be ready soon. He just told you that. I'm repeating him. If you need anything, let me know. I'm here to help."
She will not.
Okay.
These humans really like to be outgoing, don't they?
About 5 minutes pass before Fang kind of makes his way, like leisurely, kind of lightly stepping down each step.
Just flaunting my stuff. I'm too blessed. I'm too blessed to be stressed. Living my life. Come down, and as soon as I see that guy, before he can get a word, and I just go up to him and I grab him on his shoulders, be like, yes, and just like tap him on the head and go sit down.
Right as you tap him on the head, he's like, hey, don't tell anybody I gave you the room for cheap. I put down on paper that I put you in the other room across the hall, which is a balcony room. It's not nearly as cool. So, just keep that on the down low,
I just nod.
And yeah, if you guys want to roll perception to hear that, go ahead and roll.
Please tell me I can get advantage.
No.
Damn it.
Not on that one. The other two hear it.
Why would you upgrade a room for that thing?
I should walk up to him and just like
I look up and see
paw
the cat. God
on-
damn it.
on beak. Just shh. Shh.
Gonna swat his hands away. Don't touch me. I don't know where your things have been.
I'm not gonna attempt to let him swat him away. I'll
Okay.
strength contest that.
Yeah,
For
do a
sure.
strength contest.
Oh. God.
For the record, just click the strength where your skills are instead of save.
Oh yeah. Oops. Sorry.
No worries.
You want me to do that again, or
Yep.
just first roll?
Yeah, because save is different than a strength check.
Oh.
All right. Yeah.
Home advantage.
Zilly, no. He kind of just pulls your hands away from his beak.
Shh. Bird, quiet. You helped me out. Just leave him alone.
Fine.
I look at him and I was like, I tell you what. If you don't say anything, you can have the bed. I sleep in front of the fireplace. It's fine.
Like I would share a room with you.
That's when he comes back towards you. He's got two plates, one in each hand, and sets it down in front of the cat and the bird, and says, I'll just be 1 second. Gotta go grab the other two. And he goes back. About a minute.
I'm gonna
later,
slide
comes
my
back.
plate over to the lizard man.
Okay. About a minute goes by. He comes back with another two plates and sets it down in front of the elf, and now again in front of the bird. He goes,
I'll slide. I'll wave it off. I insist.
I'm gonna pick up a piece of something. What do you even call this?
Do we have on the plates?
You have a couple of scrambled eggs, couple of morning sausages, and what looks to be like very thin pancakes.
We have eggs. Oh no. How do I tell the bird? Meats and protein should be all we need until dinner.
What's this yellow thing?
Can I make
That-
eye contact? Can I make eye contact with the lizard and just be like,
That is an egg, most likely from a chicken. These humans eat very strange food, but it can fill a stomach.
Don't think I want that. I'm just gonna eat the sausage and the pancake.
All right.
I'll take his egg.
Okay. Are you using utensils or just claws and like
Claws.
mouth?
Try to go for the egg first.
Okay. Need a dex check from Fang then.
Oh,
Fang
fuck.
gets it first.
Yes.
He He just kind of like reaches over with his claw and like scrapes it along the plate here, as he pulls the egg off of that plate and like drops it onto his own, and then he's just like.
As he's pulling the eggs back, I'm gonna take the fork and try to stab his hand into the table.
Okay, but you're gonna have to plus 20, so go ahead and make a dex check.
Fun. Oh, fuck.
It comes down a couple inches short.
It would be wise not to try to touch my food again, even if I don't want it.
As soon as I see him like try to stab my hand, I just slap him. Give him a quick.
I'm gonna dodge.
Go ahead.
Okay. Give an attack roll versus
So
dexterity
for
save.
attack roll, it's gonna be the one in like the actual attacks and spellcasting one.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be an unarmed attack though. Unless
Yeah,
you're
it
using
is.
a weapon.
I'm also a monk, so.
Right.
Yeah, you go to swipe at him, and he just kind of sits there and stares at you as your claw passes like an inch in front of his face.
I meant to do that.
See how nimble this cat is.
Knock it off, cat.
Gonna go back to eating food.
Couple of minutes goes by before the boy comes back, and he's like, "So, how's everybody's breakfast? Everybody doing great? You want salt, pepper, ground spices?"
Leave. You're disturbing my breakfast.
Okay. He just kind of like walks away from the table, keeping an eye on you.
Actually, is your what I know, understand what is
What is?
like a manager, like his boss.
Yeah, you've kind of been
You wanna talk
around.
to his manager?
Okay. Where's the person that owns this establishment? I wish to tell them how good of a job you are doing.
That'd be my father. He's doing a supply run. Out east and coming back with more supplies. He went to Thekin. Expecting him back day before yesterday. So he should be here anytime.
I see.
Yeah. Sometimes you get lost on the roads.
I do not need to hear this story. I continue.
Okay, well, if you need anything, I'll be over here. Just kind of goes back behind the counter and starts scribbling on some paper.
I'm gonna park up at that. I'm gonna pull out the note I got the previous night about the transferring the supplies trains,
Okay.
and I'm gonna show the group.
And what is this?
I found this on the dead guy yesterday, and
I'm gonna pick it up.
And
What
he
does it say on it?
She's showing you a writ. It's a contract for supplies from Thekin to this town. It's for a couple of casks of ale, a couple of sacks of chicken eggs, some various meats, whether it be cattle or pig or chicken, some linens.
Do I remember what the dead guy looked like?
Roll history.
History, sure.
While that's happening, can I ask the kid, I want to go talk to the little
Okay.
kid and ask if his dad often goes to the Saints Respite, the bar that we were first where the dude was killed.
So he kind of looks at you and he's like, occasionally it's one of the best establishments in town. He's been known to stop in when he gets back into town, have a drink, come home, drop off supplies.
I hear this.
Yep.
Shit.
I hear this. Yes, no.
Oh yeah, he's not being quiet.
You're
What
supposed to put
does
a do
your
in front of that.
father look like?
Well, he's kind of old. I guess middle-aged. He usually wears like a really heavy woolen cloak. kind of common clothes like you'd see on most of us people around here. I mean, we're not super well off. I mean, we own this inn here, but not
Do I
crazy
gauge
rich.
that the killed man happens to be this guy's dad?
That's a logical jump.
Okay. I get up and I'm going to rush up to the guy and I'm going to grab him around the neck.
Okay.
I would like to try to.
He's like, what? Why?
I'm gonna loosen my grip enough for him to talk.
Okay.
Tell me why the assembly killed your father yesterday.
Straight up before, like as he goes for the kid's throat, I want to stop him.
Okay.
Because-
So
No.
give me a strength check on Dendar and Dex on Fang.
Don't click the saving throw one.
Yeah.
Oh, nat 20.
Do you want a strength check from me?
Yes. Okay.
Rip.
So you kind of reach out with your arms and you grab him around the neck a little bit tight, and then you feel the slap of cat claws on your hand, and you kind of pull your arms away like, what the? And that's where we're at. And
like you do not. No.
I look at the cat. I look at the man. Tell me why the assembly would want to kill your father as they did last night.
wait, he's dead?
I actually
Listen
looked at the
to
boy.
me, boy.
I
Tell me what you know about the assembly, and
I don't
you
know.
will continue to live.
don't know anything about them, man. Oh man, they're supposed to be like some super secret guards or something. They kind of keep the peace, take out criminals and stuff. I don't know why they would want my dad. He's just a guy who, he seems
Rip.
legit. Seems legit. That's what you get from
I
that.
would like to take the kid to the Saints Respite, see if it's his dad.
Okay. So you propose taking him there, and he's like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess I gotta find out if it's him, right?
And
man.
I would like to ask if he has like an uncle, and if he says no, I tell him to find one quick.
He says no, and he's like, why?
Well, can you run the inn yourself?
I mean, I've been doing that for like 2 years now,
Oh.
Have I finished my food yet?
Oh yeah. You've just kind of been like slowly nibbling at it and like paying attention to the conversation. But like not obviously.
Okay.
Like you're too bothered to pay attention, but at the same time like you're just like keeping tabs on it.
Have they left yet?
They're just about to walk out the door, unless you guys want to do something.
I'm gonna grab the kid by the shoulder, lean in a little bit. Actually, how tall is the kid?
He seems to be about 5'6" ish. Pretty short for a human.
I'm gonna grab him by the shoulder and lean around. Peasant, you might want to tell us why the assembly wanted your father dead.
Like I told the big scary guy, I don't know why anybody would want him dead.
Oh, don't you want to tell me though? I'm gonna
Can
try to be
I-
persuasive.
Okay.
Can I also say that I am kind of like on alert after seeing his last attempt at persuasion
Yeah.
ended in a dude losing his eye.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you try and persuade him, but as far as you can tell, there's nothing to persuade. He sticks to his story. Like he has no idea why somebody would want to kill his dad.
I'm gonna tighten my grip a little bit to where my claws go into his shoulder. Not enough to break skin, but just enough to be painful. Are you sure you don't want to tell me?
If he had a reason that hurts, can you please let go of me? But if he had a reason why somebody would want him dead, then I would tell you because I would want them dead, whoever they are. But I don't know of any reason why my dad would be wanted. I tell you the truth. You can see like some tears starting to drip from his eyes. He's trying to show like a brave face and like stay strong in the
I put my
situation.
arm on Xylee? I don't actually remember how you say his name.
Zyle.
Zyle. On like Zyle's shoulder. Like, look at him, he's telling you the truth. Let's show him, let's find out if it's his father, move from there.
Baxi, how many times do I have to tell you
this is
not
where
to touch me?
he lives, and I'm still touching him, just completely ignoring what he's saying. Then we have a place to start, to find the assembly.
I'm just gonna start walking towards the bar that we were at.
Okay, well, they walk outside the inn, and he kind of holds the door open and waits for all of you guys to leave. Once you guys leave, he kind of turns the door back and then locks the door, flips over.
I'm not finished with my food. I'm gonna take the plate with me as we're leaving.
Okay. He doesn't seem to care or even notice.
Well, he's coming with us.
Yeah, I know, but he's kind of got that like 1,000-yard stare as he locks the door, and then turns around, and that's when you guys notice that there's 2 Crown's Guard standing, kind of like outside, like right next to the door, but like 5 feet away on either side. And
of this bar?
Of this inn, and they walk up to you guys and they say, "Excuse me."
I'm gonna walk right past them.
You can try. Let's figure out what happens. Okay. 2 of them reach out and try and grab you. You have a reaction?
I'm gonna... How tall are they?
About 6 feet.
I'm gonna duck.
Okay.
I mean, I know I'm a bird, but I'm not a duck. Yeah.
Check your character sheet. Okay.
Bird pun. Nice.
I get it. Duck, bird, got it. Well played.
Okay, Jay. Took me a second too.
Yeah, it's like full on derpy. They both kind of miss and then like turn and they're like, "Stop!" And they're pointing.
I'm gonna keep
at
walking.
The bird. They're going to chase you down.
I'm gonna fly.
Okay. Give me a initiative check just for you, or just roll initiative yourself. See who actually gets to go first here. They both get to go ahead of you. So they're both going to make a grapple check, and you manage to like duck out of their way and then like lift off into the air. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna keep flying towards the end.
Okay. The guards kind of turn around and look at the 4 of you, the 3 of you plus the innkeeper, and he's like, the one on the left takes off his helmet. You see, kind of like long blonde hair, and he's just like, "I understand he assaulted our captain. You guys had nothing to do with it. Don't break the law, but if we find him, we're going to arrest him. Don't get in the middle of this."
Just kind of standing there, just nodding like, yeah, sure, right on.
Very well. They both turn around and start walking in different directions. The young gentleman that was taking care of the inn kind of looks at you guys and goes, "So that was weird."
Sorry. Before they go, I kind of want to like holler, not like holler, but like as they're walking, just like, "Is there a reward?"
One of them turns around and goes, "If you help, we'll pay. I don't know. I'm sure the guard captain will pay you. You kind of took out his eye."
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Have a good one. And just start like walking towards Saint's Respite, like ushering the kid beside me. She's like, "Let's go, let's go."
The kid's just like, "That was awkward.
Yep.
All right, let's
yes.
let's go figure out that if that's my dad."
I'm gonna land on the roof of the inn and just sit there and wait for them.
Okay. Of the respite.
Or, yeah, the bar. Sorry, not the inn.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you fly over and you land on the roof. From your vantage point on the roof, you can see that there is, and from your flight over here, there seems to be a larger population of guards in the town today than you saw when you got here yesterday. Roughly double what you saw yesterday.
I wonder why.
None of them seem to see you from your flight. Typically, you guess that maybe they're not looking up. The rest of you, walking back towards the tavern.
Just moseying on in.
Yeah, you guys walk right in. Inside, Yenka is sitting there behind the bar, and she goes, what can I get for you guys?
Is the body still there?
It is not.
Awkward. I just kind of like push the boy forward.
He steps
The
forward.
man that was here last night. The, special one? It's this boy's father. We would like to find where it was brought.
She looks at you and then looks at the boy, and you see like a glint of recognition in her eye, and then she immediately, like, her reaction completely changes to just pure sorrow, and she's like, oh no, I am so sorry. You could find him at the guard outpost down the street. He'll be there.
I nod, turn around, and start to walk out.
Okay.
I follow as well.
All right. You guys all leave, and the young gentleman's like, I'm so confused. So
Before I leave out the door, I stop, I turn around, make eye contact with the lady, and I point, like, which direction she's referring to. I don't know where the guard tower is.
She points that way, left, outside the door.
I affirm that it is a left.
Yeah.
Again with her.
Yep.
I nod,
She nods.
thumbs up, and I walk out and I start going that direction.
Okay. You start walking that
Do
direction.
I see them leaving?
Yep.
Okay. I guess I'll just wait up here.
Do I see the bird?
Guards don't
Nope, you don't.
like me.
I'm
Okay.
walking. I'm
Okay.
trying to like talk to the kid, encourage him.
He's seeming kind of shattered. Like he's there, but he's like not paying attention. Kind of. He's got that 1,000-yard stare going on. He's just like, oh,
I
man.
stop while we're walking, and it just dawned on me. I asked the elf for the writ.
I hand it over.
I show this to the boy. Is this what your father went to get?
He looks at it and he's like, I mean, yeah, that's the list of everything. It's even got his seal of the caravan group that he went with, right here on the bottom. Where'd you
Hand
find
on
this?
face,
Was he here?
I hand the writ back to the elf. Hold on to this for a minute.
Okay.
And we continue walking.
Okay.
I do not say anything to the boy.
All right. You guys continue walking for about a block down, and then on the left you see a large collection of guards, probably about 6 of them standing on the outside of a building.
Gentlemen.
What ho?
Yeah, what's up?
I point to the child. If you grabbed a body from the inn last night, it is this boy's father. We would like to confirm that.
Okay, come on in. He kind of opens the door for you guys. You guys
Walk in.
enter the main room, and you see somebody who you recognize from the night before, a guard captain with a patch of gauze over his eye, or where it would be. And he's holding his head with one hand and scribbling with the other on some paper. And give me a quick perception check.
Muted.
All right, so Fang, you see the other two. You're a little bit too far away, but Fang, you see that he has similar to like when you learned how to write, like in kindergarten in grade 1, You know how like you had to follow like to do an S, it shows you an S, and then like you had to do it in the column next to it. He's kind of doing that, but every curve is like way elongated and goes outside the lines and stuff, and it seems like he's having a problem with depth perception.
Oh no, oh shit.
Good morning, sir.
It's not good for me. What can I do for you?
I point to the boy.
I want to
The
stand in
man
his
from
blind
the
spot.
pub. It's most likely this boy's father. We would like to confirm that if...
He just looks up at him and he's like, yeah, okay, come with me, son. And he kind of grabs him behind the back and takes him into the back room. You guys following or
wait.
not?
I wait.
Okay.
I want to stand in his blind spot so he does not see me.
Give me a stealth check.
Ooh, okay.
You have advantage because he's half blind. Yeah, okay. So you follow him on his left side, but like just off, and like you're trying to be stealthy, so you're like each footfall comes down to like the pads of your feet, and you're like staying really quiet. And once or twice, like you think that maybe he heard something, but he turns and with his bad eye, and you're like right here, like he obviously doesn't see you out of his peripheral because he doesn't have any.
Yeah.
And then he just like turns back and keeps walking with the kid. The kid's looking over his shoulder at you, and he's just like, what?
I'm just like winking at him, just like.
The kid like nods and then looks back towards the center of the room. There is a slab, and on the slab seems to be a body covered in a white sheet. The guard captain takes the kid, and he's like, so how this works, we got an ID already from a couple of the patrons, but you know, if you could positively like say like, yeah, this is so and so, then I mean that'd be good. Obviously relatives confirming is better than just random people. So yeah, and he grabs the sheet and he pulls it down to just below the chin, careful not to go to the neck. And the kid just looks over and then immediately bursts into tears and like sobs, and he's like, yeah, that's my dad. What happened? And the guard captain kind of looks at him, and he puts his one hand on his one shoulder, and he's just like, well, it's hard to say, but it looks like it was natural causes. We still got to have an investigator come in and look, but you know how alcohol it messes with you, and you know he used to frequent the bar a lot, and you know have a drink every now and then, and you know don't drink, you know.
I would like to try to sneakishly pull the cloth a little further down so it exposes the neck wound.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Nat 20, please.
Oh,
20.
that's not great.
So
Would
just
you need disadvantage? You just got one eye. Just got one eye.
that's right. That's right.
Just
Good
one eye.
call.
This is. Oh,
Okay. So with disadvantage, because he only has one eye, he rolled a 17. So basically what you do is you sneak up kind of behind, and you kind of grab with your claws on the edge of the sheet, and you start slowly pulling it back as it slowly comes down past his neck until it shows the stab wound and the slit across the throat, before the guard captain notices it and then grabs the sheet and starts pulling it back up. But the kid had already seen it, and he's like, wait, how can it be natural? His neck wasn't like that, and there's a hole.
I want to leave the room now. So, like, I just want to go. I want to get out.
Okay.
Just like.
Well, you rolled a 22 on your stealth, so I mean, you bailed like immediately.
Out.
Yeah. You just basically hear like, how could it have been natural if, I mean, his throat and the hole. And just as you're walking back into the main room, you see the other two, the elf and the snake man, hanging out in the main foyer room area.
All right.
Is there anyone else of rank in the room?
No, it looked like the only person in here was the guard captain.
So there's no one else in the room at the moment?
Nope. The guard that let you in closed the door behind you.
I walk up to the front door. Is there a lock on it?
Nope.
Oh, no.
I walk up to the desk and I'm going to start looking at some of the papers inside the desk.
Okay. You can see a couple of like arrest reports. Okay, 15. You see a couple of arrest reports, and then you see a couple of more pieces of paper. Looks like there's just some doodles on a couple of them. This job perhaps is not exactly the most thrilling job, so you gotta take up your time doing something, presumably. In the very bottom right drawer of the desk, you find a locked partition of the bottom drawer, and you can't quite open it, but you find it. What do you want to do?
Actually, wouldn't be a save. Wouldn't be a save. That's still decent.
Okay, so you're gonna try and break it open?
Yep.
You just pull your hand back and just punch it, and punch a hole right through the wood on the top of the, like right above the lock, and you punch a little bit of a hole into it, and you kind of pull the chunk of wood that would have fallen in out, and you look inside, and you can see a small collection of small silver coins.
Is there anything else in there?
Not that you can see.
I'm gonna take a bunch of silver coins and start pocketing them. How many do I get?
You grab all of them? Or
Yeah.
just a couple? Okay. Then
All
you grab,
of them.
Then you grab 8 silver coins. Not currency.
Why am I having a forget right now? What's the organization called?
Assembly.
Okay. I'm gonna try as best I can to put everything back to make it look like I didn't try to steal from them.
Okay, give a... let's do a sleight of hand. Alright, you're pretty confident that you put it back and all the splinters. A couple of the pieces like fell in and you're like weren't able to like dexterously get them, but you made it look pretty fucking solid. Like at the naked eye, quick glance, shit, just looks like a regular, you know, locked drawer.
Okay. I'm gonna walk into the back room.
Okay. Inside, you see the guard captain consoling the young boy, teenage, whatever. And he's just crying on his shoulder as the guard captain's just like, I know, patting him on the back.
Captain.
He just kind of looks up straight up at you. You see the patch of gauze over his one eye, and it's just like, yeah, what's up? This kind of a moment here, right now.
Did you tell the boy? And I hold up one of the coins.
He's like, no, because that gets people killed.
I look around the room. Is there anyone else in the room?
Nope.
I look around the room like this, kind of like the... There's no one here. Tell the child, and we can solve the problem together.
He looks at the child and he goes, alright, so, all reports say that, reports, these guys saw it happen. They saw that, apparently an elven man, the rain was bouncing right off of him or something. He came in, had an argument with your father, handed him the silver coin, and then did that. And then left.
So, young one, who would want your father ill harm?
He looks at you and I don't know. Nobody. Everybody loved him. We run the best inn in, like, the whole town.
Fuck.
You totally buy it.
Totally buy it.
Yep. Seems legit.
Do I see anything
I
interesting from the rooftop?
You see a collection of guards just hanging out in front. Couple are patrolling, but it looks like there's 6 or 7 just standing around, like it's a union job or something.
I look at the guard captain. If there is anything you have not told me, you need to do it now. I know you care about this assembly. Help me and I will make the problem disappear.
Guard captain looks at you and goes, look, okay, honestly, they could show up anywhere, anytime. I don't know why they kill. I don't know how they get their contracts. I just know that they show up, they kill, they leave the coin, and they bail. That's it. That's all I know. If I knew anything else, I would try to figure that out. But every time that I try and send one of my guards to go and figure out what's going on with them, anytime we get any kind of lead, anything, that guard ends up dead. I'm not going to subject that to some kid who now happens to own an inn at the ripe age of, how old are you? I'm 13? At 13. Like, come on.
Fine. On a side note, though, I dealt with that bird that removed your eye. May I have payment if I go fetch the proof?
Yeah, if you get proof, absolutely. We'll hand you
How
25
much
gold.
are you willing? Ooh. May I have half now, and I shall bring you his beak as proof? It is in the inn just down the road.
Absolutely not. You bring me a wing, you bring me a hand, you bring me his beak. That'd be a good one, and I'll pay you.
He
But absolutely
slept
nothing.
at the inn down the road, and I am not a fan of his antics.
Yeah, we know he slept there. We've been watching him. I sent
Suit
my guys to
yourself
go
up.
pick him up this morning. I'm sure they're on their way back with him right now.
They aren't. They will not find the body. I walk out.
Okay.
Go to the other two. All we have to go off is this writ. The child and the captain are not going to help us any. We must be off and meet up with our other friend. I start to walk out the door.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm gonna follow.
Mr. Feng? You're muted.
Son of a bitch.
Please, God, tell me when I walk outside I see the bird.
Bird, give me a stealth check.
I was gonna say I'm waiting for the kid. I brought him here, so I'm gonna take him back.
Okay. It basically, given the context of the conversation that you heard, you imagine he's got some legal stuff he's gonna need to be doing, and it's gonna take a while, a couple hours at least.
Well, I wasn't in that conversation, but
You have excellent
enough.
hearing. I don't know.
touche. All right, yeah, okay. No, I'll mosey on outside.
Okay. As you step outside, you see Dendar, the snake man, looking straight up, looking at you, and then looking straight up.
I look straight up. I mean, just like,
I lock eyes with the bird, and
You
I
see the bird
start.
standing right there.
I pause my gaze, and then I start walking towards the outside of town, going towards the direction of the capital.
All right, so you're heading east.
Yep.
Do I see
Okay.
him?
Yeah, you saw him when he came out. He looked straight at you, looked at the other two, and then straight up at you, and then walked east.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for them to get a couple hundred feet away from me, and then I'll fly towards that direction.
Okay.
I would like to catch up to my snake friend
Sure.
and say that we should find a caravan to guard that will take us there for pay.
I stop. I look at him. I will give you 10 minutes to find one, otherwise we are on foot. I prefer it. I continue walking.
I just kind of stand there, just like, alrighty then.
So optimistic. So what do
I
you want
would
to do?
like, honestly, I'm just gonna go up to a guard and be like, we're caravan traders, my friend.
Okay, so if you're on this street here, keep going east. Once you pass through the Craftsman's District, there'll be the last building on the right before you exit the city.
I thank him and I just
Alrighty. Have a good one. Okay,
As
you
we're
go
walking,
Yep.
do either of you know about this capital?
I don't know anything.
I look at the cat, not expecting much.
Oh, I'm gone. Cat's not here. You gave me 10 minutes, man. I'm up to the challenge. I'm fine.
Okay.
There, man.
Impress me.
As you were like asking that of Kilana, you just look to your right as like you're having conversation, making eye contact here and there. You just see this black cat on all fours sprint past you and just booking it.
Look at the elf. He is quite determined for friendship, isn't he?
Yes.
All right, well, Fang, you get there a couple of minutes before the rest of them are gonna get there. You arrive at the caravan consignment area. There's not really any caravans packing up or getting ready to go right now, but you do see like a stable with a couple of horses. There's one cart. Seems like there's a broken wheel, and there's a guy repairing it.
I would like to go talk to him.
Sure.
Be like, is there any caravans scheduled to leave here anytime soon?
Not until I repair this wheel, and it's gonna be... Oh, I don't know. You see him kind of look past his tools for a second, and then he looks back at you and goes, I'm gonna say at least like a 6-hour job.
Very well. Very well. I mean... 6 hours. Change a wheel, my friend.
He looks back at you and he's like, looks around. Doesn't see anybody aside from you, and he goes, alright, hold on. Reaches over into his toolbox and pulls out a gigantic bottle and just uncorks it, and he's like, look, you gotta make money somehow. I get paid by the hour, man. You want some?
Just sit immediately down and be like, yes, absolutely.
He hands you the bottle.
Smell it.
It smells rancid.
Ooh.
Rancid's the best kind.
Rancid is the best kind. Does he have a glass, or is it just like...
No, he's
janky
just been
bottle
drinking
shots?
out of the bottle.
Janky bottle shots, okay. I take a janky bottle shot.
As soon as it hits your lip, it's probably the most bitter thing you've ever put in your mouth. And that's saying something, because you're a cat person. So you've had some bitter things in your mouth. But, give me a Constitution save. Okay. You are immediately fucking hammered. He's basically handed you the small town equivalent of moonshine.
It's like 175 proof.
Oh, it's insane. And he's just like, haha, that'll kick you on your ass, eh? Takes another drink and then sets it back in his toolbox and corks it. And then he's kind of got what looks to be like woodworking repair tools, and he's trying to work on an iron wheel that's been dented.
I just
He's
kind
like,
of sit there.
I don't... It's gonna take some work, and he's just tapping the iron with the wooden mallet.
I just look at the wood, or sorry, not the wood, just the wheel, and just start kind of like pawing at it. Being like, yes, I understand now. I understand. And as I'm sitting
Kilana
there, I kind
and
of like,
Dendar, you guys walk up as Fang is just petting an iron wheel on this cart. As there's this really, lack of a better word, like a disheveled looking man, very skinny, just got a beard that, very much like mine, isn't very good, but his has like food and shit stuck in it, and it's like discolored on one side, and he's very clearly drunk, and he's just tapping this iron wheel with a wooden mallet, and the cat's just purring.
What in the hell is this?
do I hear him, or am I
Oh,
just
yeah.
like too?
Yeah, you
so
hear him,
involved?
but you're still drunk, so.
this
Human, how long until this wagon will leave? We are looking for transport to the capital.
He
There's
looks
two
at
of
you.
us working on it now, so it's gonna be 12 hours.
He looks at
That's
you. He
what I
looks back
say.
at Fang. He looks back at the toolbox, and then looks back at you and goes, "Yeah, 12 hours sounds about right. This thing is really dented.
12 hours.
Maybe 8 if we're like really pushing it, but you can see it's hard work."
I do not have time for this. I start walking.
Okay.
Oh, man, wait. Don't forget me. I just, like, I thank this dude and just like, you're a nice man. Just
He just looks at you. He's like,
after him.
"Hey man, you too. Keep it awesome." You see as he takes another swig, and then like passes out next to the wheel.
Oh no. Now I'm drunk.
I start
Yeah,
leaving
you
this. I start leaving the city.
Shit.
Bird's still around?
Yeah. Where are you heading, Mr. Birdman? Are you flying around above them or something?
No, I was just kind of keeping watch on him, keeping my
Okay.
distance from him, though.
Okay.
I am going to head towards the exit of town, though,
Okay.
as they're on the outskirts, roughly 50 feet from the entrance. One of the entrances to the town. Is there like a tree or anything?
The path kind of it's a plains for probably about 150, 200 feet, and then it's kind of sporadic woods before it gets into a deep forest. And the road.
I'm gonna
cuts
go-
right through.
I'm gonna sit in the nearest tree then, on the top.
Okay.
Kind of inconspicuous, not really.
Give me a stealth check to see how inconspicuous. All right. Yeah, you're pretty well hidden. I mean, somebody who's looking for you might see you, but
I know this totally isn't the look you're going for, but have you guys seen the old Disney animated Robin Hood? Where it's like the chicken who plays the thing who sits in the tree? That's what I'm picturing right now.
I have not
I know
seen
that-
I
that.
don't. I
I
don't
know
see
that's
him. I'm
not-
just gonna trust that he's around.
Alright.
I'm gonna start venturing east.
okay. You guys
No
all
idea
heading
how
east?
far away this capital is.
And Nick, are you gonna join them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're gonna like land and walk with them, or are you still flying above?
I'll land and walk with them.
Okay.
Soon as he
Um,
lands, just oh, bird person, and just arm around him. She's like, hey, buddy, how you
As
doing?
as we're walking, that guard captain is a 25 gold. Someone brings back proof of your death. Can you spare some feathers when we come back?
If it'll please him, I guess.
That's a
I
smart
mean, he
plan.
just did.
But guys, this is a good plan. This is a good plan, guys. I like this plan.
Why is this tabaxi following you?
I turn around. He's still here?
Power friendship, guys.
Ugh.
I
I'm
don't
gonna,
know.
I'm gonna
long
walk up to
trip.
the bird and I'm gonna put my shoulder or like my arm around him and I'm gonna walk off the side of the path really quick.
Mhm.
No, we can deal with him.
I didn't hear anything.
You need
know
to
we can deal with him. If
also increase your
you want
sensitivity,
to.
Kyle. You keep cutting out.
God damn it.
I had the same problem. I had to turn it down. Now I just gotta be careful when I breathe.
Bree!
Yeah.
You
Or
know
project
we
more.
can deal with him if you want to.
It would be so much fun to do so, but I am not in the mood at the moment. Maybe sometime later.
I look him dead in the eyes. I will follow your lead. And I continue walking, breaking arm.
Okay, so you guys keep traveling east. fast travel about 2 hours and see if something
I don't
happens.
see shit.
Alright.
I don't know where the fuck I am.
Option number 3, huh? Alright. So you guys are walking along the path, and you're following some relatively...
Have I started to sober up?
Yeah, it's about 2 hours later, so yeah, you'd be considered like tipsy, not drunk anymore. Yeah, so you guys are continuing along the path. You can see where relatively recently there has been tracks made with cartwheels. They look relatively fresh. The mud hasn't all completely dried yet, so
I don't see him. I'm just walking.
yeah. And everybody give me a perception check.
I don't see shit. Unless you want a new one.
Yeah, new one.
Oh, thank you. Blessed you. Fuck.
Alright. Fang, you
What up?
hear coming from the right side of the path, familiar snarling noises.
What's that sound?
You recognize it to be a wolf.
I yell, what's that sound? I actually say that.
Right.
Just drawing everyone's attention to it.
Rapier off my hip.
Okay.
What are you talking about? I didn't hear anything.
If this is a prank, cat.
Sorry. I had a little cough there.
Yep.
I said, there's a wolf. Just there. I can hear it.
I don't
Are
see
you
any wolf.
Are you pointing to someplace?
Yes. I'm pointing to where the sound came from.
Is that gonna help me see it? Probably not.
He doesn't see it. He only heard it.
I'm gonna look around.
Okay. Give a investigation check.
Cool.
Yeah, you don't hear anything. You don't see anything.
There's a bush.
Dendar, it looks like there's a kind of lightly traveled path, some sort of wildlife path, not overly used, but it's kind of obvious from the usual shrub that leads off the path to the right.
I'm gonna motion over, and I'm gonna start going on it.
Okay.
Rapier's still out.
I'll
Sure.
follow.
As you step off the main path and onto this like little wildlife trail, you all start to hear like little chips and stuff from a wolf. It sounds like there is a wolf directly ahead of you. You guys continue walking for about, I don't know, 20 more feet or so, and the kind of forest opens up a little bit. I wouldn't quite say the area is like a grove, but it's kind of like a little bit of an open wooded area. Not quite as densely populated in forest, and you can see a relatively large gray wolf. It looks to be eating something.
Does it notice us?
Not that you know. You're using dissonant whispers on it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Let's see what happens. Bring up that page. That is the wrong page. That's the right page. Wisdom is +1. He fails. And dies. You just you hear like a as it just falls over and just goes limp.
Poor puppers.
Pointing the rapier at it as I walk up, just to make sure it's not faking it.
Right?
As I get there, I'm gonna stab it through the side of the head.
Okay. So you walk up and you stab it through the side of the head. Just as you're doing that, two more wolves leap out of the path from behind you. You can hear it, and they leap out onto the elf and onto the cat, and they are leaping in and doing an attack. And I'll have everybody roll initiative.
Cool.
The first attack was for Kilana, and the second attack was for Fang. So compare that to your AC and let me know if it hits.
Sorry, which one was against me?
Against you is the 22.
Yes, that hits.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I think both of those are probably gonna be hits.
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
Also, did you see my initiative? It said there's something about
Yep, I saw it.
no valid token. Okay.
I don't know why that
what it is.
happens. It does on mine too.
I don't think. I think it's because I don't have a token for in-game selected, but I don't know.
Oh,
what
probably.
So.
So 1, 2. Alright, so initiative scores. 15 is the next one. And then it's Kilana. And then it's Zilly.
Zyle.
My
Not
bad.
silly.
You're
But you
totally
are silly.
Then
Besides the
Dindar,
point,
and then
not a duck either.
Fang. And then
Yeah.
the last wolf. Okay, so the attacks. Did they hit? Both of you, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're both going to take. Oh. First one is Kilana. That's 8 points of piercing damage on you, and 7 points of piercing on Fang. We are now in the initiative order, and Kilana, you're up.
I'm gonna pull out my longsword and try to attack the closest one to me.
Okay, that'll be the one that just attacked you. So go ahead and roll your attack. 16, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. 5 points of slashing. Okay. Do you want to do bonus action or movement? Or are you good where you are?
If I back up, would I be in a worse position?
You would take an attack of opportunity if you leave the creature's melee attack range.
I'll stay here.
Okay. Next up is Isle.
Okay.
From where you're
Where
standing,
am I at?
From where you're standing, the two wolves leapt out and went onto Kilara, who's about 10 feet in front of you, and Feng, who's about 5 feet in front of you. There is a wolf like right next to either one of them, or to both of them, and you're about 5 feet away from them.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up behind Kilana and use Cure Wounds.
Okay. Go ahead and do it.
Yep. There we go.
You guys with all your spells and things.
Yeah, right.
I just get to slap people.
Plus your ability modifier.
Right. Yeah. Hold that thought.
Getting it.
6? Oh,
It's 4.
4.
Your
So,
ability modifier
6.
is your wisdom, so yeah.
Okay.
6 in total. So, Kilana, you heal for 6. Any movement or bonus action from you, Zyle?
I already used. Can I move? I can't move 2 times in one turn, can I?
Well, you have 30 feet of movement, so yeah.
I have 25 feet of movement.
But you
Okay,
only
well,
use
you
like
have
10.
25. You only use like 5 to, or yeah, sorry, 10 to walk up to her.
You got 15 left.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna go back to my original spot then.
Okay. I'm assuming for both of these movements that you didn't move within attacking range of the wolf, because that would be dumb. So,
Correct.
yeah. Okay. Bonus action? Or are you good?
As planned.
Nope, no bonus action.
Cool. Then we go to Dendar.
So there are still 2 very alive wolves around?
Yes. They have attacked your friends.
Which one attacked the elf? Is it just one right in front of her?
Yep. They're currently engaged in battle, so they're just kind of snarling at her, and she's like, ah, and hit it, and yeah. Okay. It fails.
Bye, dog.
Same thing happens as the previous wolf, as you cast Dissonant Whispers, and he kind of like curls up and then just goes limp.
I'm gonna charge the other one.
Okay. You move right up into its melee range, and you have a bonus action.
Oh, currently I don't really think I have any good bonus actions, actually. That's
Probably not.
difficult. No, I do not. I will at 2, but not
Yeah.
now. Not
Alrighty.
now. Just gonna hiss at its fucking face.
All right.
Intimidation, if it'll even do anything, but yeah, I'm good.
Doesn't seem like it.
I didn't think so. It's a wild dog, but
Yep.
still.
Rawr.
Yep.
Rawr.
Rawr.
Next.
Yeah. Then we go to Fang.
Oh, me, nice. I'm just gonna punch the one that's right in front of me.
Sure.
Just gonna slap it.
Go ahead.
What about that?
13 hits, barely. So you just kind of reach over and just slap it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh no! How do I roll damage on this?
Oh
Click
my
on
god,
strike.
I thought your damage was 24. I was like, no.
I clicked the damage.
In the roll where it shows up,
Oh
click
right.
on the word unarmed strike. There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go. 4.
So 4 points of slashing damage. Not bad. Bonus action or a movement.
I'm going to bonus action and just attack again.
All right, have at it.
Should I just use that roll that's right there?
Sure.
Yeah, it's right there.
Actually, you know what? Roll again because
Roll again.
18. That'll still hit. Roll damage. 5. All right. So you just kind of look at it and you're like, now slap, slap.
Oh, sorry. Hold up. I also have this, which I would like to use as well.
Okay.
So I
yeah, that's
deal
fine.
an extra D1.
Well, no, it's not in
D4.
addition. It's instead of.
Oh, it's instead of? Okay, never mind
Yes.
then.
It just changes your damage type from bludgeoning to slashing.
Oh, well, it already is slashing, so then it's
Right.
already accounted for. Yeah.
Normally, monks would punch. You
Yeah.
can actually slash
Yeah.
or punch. Your call.
It looks like that's already putting your damage
It is,
calculation.
yeah.
by
It
the way.
is.
Yeah.
It is when I
Yeah.
helped him with it.
I just
Eat.
realized that.
Yep.
Yeah, and then that's
okay.
it.
Cool. With that, we go to Wolf number 3's turn, whom is slinking out of the bushes behind Fang. And he's going to walk right up to Fang and make his attack.
Ooh.
As he's going to try to bite you.
I don't assume I can proc an AOO off that.
No, because he's not leaving your attack range. This one came in from the woods.
Gotcha.
And he has pack tactics because there's another wolf within 5 yards. So, okay, 16 against your AC.
Oh, it's a tie.
Die, so he beats it. 24 plus 2. 9 points of piercing damage. And I need a DC 11 strength saving throw.
Well, I mean, the damage alone puts me below 0.
Oh, okay, so you're knocked out.
Woohoo!
That's unfortunate. We got our first knockout,
Yeah.
everybody. Hooray!
Ding, ding, ding.
That didn't take long at all. Okay, then that's the end of the wolf's turn.
I like how you're just like 16. I never hit 16.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Now we go to wolf number 2, who is dead. So wolf number 1's turn. That was the one that was in front. That was the other one in front of you. He's going to turn and walk over to Kilara and try to make an attack.
Is he like disengaging, or could I do an AOO here?
No, the only one that could, like, you can only do an attack of opportunity when something is leaving your attack range. It is coming into your attack range.
Oh,
because
okay.
it was over by,
Yeah, I thought this was the one that I like literally ran up to and tried to intimidate.
No, you killed that one. Didn't you? Oh, sorry, yeah, you did. You're right. Then it wouldn't be going for her, it'd be going for you. Sorry. I completely forgot where you were. Alright,
Fine.
sorry. So, yeah, it's going to attack you with advantage because of pack tactics. 23 against your AC.
It beats my AC.
Alright, so we do this. It hits you for 5 points of piercing damage, and I need a strength saving throw.
Cool. That's not cool.
Okay, that is a natural 0. You are considered prone. As the wolf kind of leaps up onto your chest and goes to bite you and, knocks you prone.
Okay.
That is the end of Wolf 1's turn. Kilara, you're up. There are 2 wolves about 5 feet away attacking Dendar. One of them had just leaped up onto him and...
Kilana, by the way.
Sorry.
I'm gonna run up and try to hit the one with my longsword that's on top of him.
Go ahead and make an attack roll. Oh, nice. That
Thank
hits.
you.
Roll damage. And that'll finish it off. So you just run it through with the longsword and just stab it right through and peel it off of him and pull the longsword free from its dead body. Any bonus action or more movement?
Yeah, I'm gonna back up about 5 feet back to where I was.
Okay, I'm gonna warn you and let you know that by doing this, you would incur an attack of opportunity against the other wolf. You still want to do it?
No.
Okay.
I'll stay there. Sorry.
No worries. Zal, you're up.
So there's only one wolf left?
Yep. And it's right next to Dendar, who is prone. The other one that was on him is dead.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds on it.
Alright. Wow.
I'm gonna walk up and use Inflict Wounds on it.
Jesus.
Yep. Go ahead and roll your attack. No, your attack, not your damage. Make a melee spell
you
attack.
right. Right.
Also, damn, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, for level 1.
Jesus.
Just an unarmed attack?
No, it's a melee spell attack.
Melee spell attack, yeah.
So it's 1d20 plus 6 for you. On the spells page, it's a spell attack bonus that you use.
Right.
Same as ranged.
25 will hit. Roll your damage.
We can... 25 would be nice.
Yeah, I could use it. It really doesn't matter,
Still
because he
good.
fucking kills it. Just fucking obliterates it. Finishing off the last of the wolves, you bring it to a close, and with a yelp, it just kind of like lays down and dies. As part of its body just rips open with wounds, and it starts bleeding pus and blood. And you guys...
We out of combat?
Yep, you're out of combat. You look around and notice that you guys are all pretty good outside of Dendar taking a nap and Feng sleeping or something.
I get up in the dog that I killed with my attack. I'm going to run its through, just to, double tap.
Sure,
Okay.
you do
I'm
that.
also gonna take my dagger, and if I have the time, I'm gonna take 20 in order to try to collect as much of the pelts as I can.
Sure. You can do that. In the meantime,
Cool.
can I get a death save from Fang? Alright, that's one failure. Carry on, people.
Well, that was an unfortunate event for those wolves.
Yes, quite. And I will use their pelts.
Great opportunity for you.
I look around.
Hmm?
I see the cat. Is that cat... never mind. I go back to skinning the wolf.
You can see this one really long, like bite mark from the shoulder all the way down to his waist. It's
Are you
just bare
fucking kidding
skin.
me?
Oh, I wasn't gonna have you do it quite yet, but all right. That's 2 failed saves. Does anybody
Paladin.
want to heal him or anything?
I have no way to do that. Paladin.
Mm-hmm.
Meta.
Paladin or cleric.
2
Come on,
healing
guys.
glasses.
Technically,
Pokemon.
you guys don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Lay on hands.
Yeah, sure.
that
How many points do you want to heal?
I can only do 5.
Well, you can
Yeah,
do
do they
1,
still
2,
do-
3, 4, or 5.
Do they still
Well,
do
I would like
the,
to do 5.
Okay, you heal him 5 hit points, stabilizing him and bringing him to a grand total of 5.
That
You,
was unfortunate
so
for
they
the
don't do the
tabaxi.
negatives anymore?
What's that?
Never mind.
No, just when you're knocked out, you're knocked out, and then if you get healed up by 1, you're fine.
Yeah, you don't have to go negative anymore. You don't have to
Yeah.
deal the excess damage.
Exactly.
I hate it.
You kind of come to as this elven hand gets pulled away from your face as the light kind of shines in, and you just see her hair flowing behind her as she's just like looking down at you.
I just kind of purse and then
Alright.
pass the fuck out. Just like, eh.
Okay. What would the rest of you guys like to do while the skinning is happening? I'm assuming. Well, because it's 20 minutes, if you want to extend it an extra 10, you guys could take a short rest here if you'd like.
I just say take 20 because that's just what I'm used to. However
Right.
long it would take me.
Okay.
I'm
Yep.
in no rush.
I'll wait here.
Are we short resting?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I would like to heal.
Okay, then if you're short resting, you can go ahead and roll a hit die, but don't worry about that quite yet because we'll do that next week as it's 10 o'clock, so we're right at the end here. So that's where we're going to call it for the night. That was a pretty interesting, very dialogue heavy first session. There
I feel like
was
the first sessions are usually that way.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of exposition to get through to like paint the world for you guys, but I don't know, it was a little bit there was on rails. I had to at the very beginning to kind of introduce you guys to each other, but there's some things that I expected you guys to do that you totally didn't do, and then there's the things that I didn't expect, like stabbing the guard captain in the eye.
Highlight of the night.
That was fun. It was good. It was good. So
This is why I can't play chaotic evil characters.
Nah, it's fine. It's that's D&D, man. You do you. So, without any further ado, stream, we're out. See you next week.